greatest hunter the world has ever known.
Who uses all the methods
Of the animals.
It's time someone hunts the hunter.
Kraven the Hunter.
Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to another movie review. And this review is going to be on Kraven the Hunter. And the film stars Aaron Taylor Johnson, Ariana DeBose, Fred Hechinger, Alessandro Nivola, Christopher Abbott, and Russell Crowe. And Kraven the Hunter, it's based on the character of the same name. You know, he's a Spider-Man villain. But, you know, since this is in the Sony Spider-Man universe where Sony's doing like these spin-offs, you know, Spider-Man is not in them, of course, because they already did the 3 Venom films, which I really enjoy all 3 of them. Then they did Morbius, which is a guilty pleasure for me. I could actually watch Morbius. And, you know, Madam Web, which is a fucking piece of shit. And they also did this film. And, you know, from what I heard, Sony has put in their Spider-Man spin-off films on hold after this film. But saw the film yesterday, and this film is getting a lot of hate from people, but I'm in the majority of people that do enjoy the film. I actually thought this was a decent film. Not great or perfect by any means. I mean, it does have its problems, but this film was, in my opinion, way, way better than Madam Web. But Aaron Taylor Johnson, you know, I really enjoy him as an actor. You know, after seeing him in Kick-Ass, and you know him playing Quicksilver in, you know, the Avengers: Age of Ultron, which I really liked his performance as Quicksilver. And of course, he was also in Godzilla 2014, which he was good in. Bullet Train, which is a fun film. And I thought he did, you know, pretty decent here as Kraven the Hunter. But pretty much basically what the film is about is it follows Sergei Kravinov, played by Aaron Taylor Johnson. He has a half-brother, Dmitri, who was played by Fred Hechinger. And they're taken by their father, Nikolai, who was played by Russell Crowe. And Russell Crowe is a crime lord, and he's dealing with these drug trafficking operations. And so, you know, he ends up taking Sergei and Dmitri on a trip to Africa, and they end up going hunting. And Aaron Taylor Johnson's character, as a teenager, he's wounded after protecting Dmitri from a lion, and the lion ends up taking Aaron Taylor Johnson's character as a teenager, and he's, you know, almost near death. And he is found by a girl named Calypso, who is played by Ariana DeBose. And Calypso, I thought she was a very interesting character. She is a voodoo priestess, and, you know, we see her with her grandmother. Her grandmother has like these tarot cards, and, you know, she ends up finding Sergei, and she ends up giving Sergei this serum, and the serum ends up healing him, and a little bit of blood from the lion goes into Sergei's blood, and Calypso ends up giving him the serum, and pretty much, you know, it's basically Sergei discovering that, you know, he has physical attributes to have become animalistic. So Sergei, we see like he is sick of his father's actions, and he flees to this sanctuary that his mother owned in Russia. And pretty much that's basically the origin story set up for him to become Kraven. So we see 16 years later, it's Aaron Taylor Johnson now. He's going by the name of Kraven, and he's working as a vigilante, just eliminating criminals. Like, if your name is on his list, it stays on that list. So, and then there's all this stuff dealing with, Alessandro Nivola's character, Alexei Steshevich, who is known as the Rhino, who is a mercenary, and he knows Russell Crowe's character, and he basically kidnaps Dmitri, and it's up to Sergey, Aaron Taylor Johnson, to go find his brother later on and take out the Rhino. And pretty much that's basically what the plot to the film is about. But like I said, Aaron Taylor Johnson, I thought he did a decent job in the role as Sergey Kraven, a guy who, wants to go out on his own, get away from his father's actions, want nothing to do with his father because of, his crime lord stuff and his drug trafficking operations. Ariana DeBose, I thought she did, a pretty good job as Calypso. Like I said, Calypso is a very interesting character. She ends up becoming the love interest to Sergey, to Aaron Taylor Johnson's character. Fred Hechinger as Dmitri, thought he was pretty good in the role. Alessandro Nivola as the Rhino, I thought he was, pretty good as well. And I was watching the film, I was like, wait a minute, I seen this guy in another film. Turns out, he was in Jurassic Park 3 as Sam Neill's character, Dr. Grant's assistant. So I was like, oh yeah, he's from Jurassic Park 3. Yeah, but I liked how the way, Rhino looked, his portrayal of Rhino looked, because we don't see him turn into the Rhino almost towards the end of the film, which I thought Rhino looked, pretty decent. I thought it looked better than what we saw with the Rhino portrayal Paul Giamatti did in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which the look of the Rhino in that film looked like a transformer. He's like, I'm the Rhino! At least Rhino wasn't over the top in this film than Paul Giamatti was in Amazing Spider-Man 2. But also, Russell Crowe. It was good to see Russell Crowe in the film as Nikolai, as Sergey and Dimitri's father. But the film has, very decent action scenes that were very bloody as well, because this is, an R-rated film, which I'm glad that, it is R-rated. I wish they would have did the same for Morbius and make that film rated R than PG-13. But at least we've seen more blood in this film than we saw in Morbius. But I liked the look of the film, like in the jungle, in Russia, where Kraven has this place that his mother used to own, which is like this big glass place, and shows like later on all his weapons that he used. You got one scene where he's running barefoot to catch his brother being kidnapped. I was like, wow, Aaron Taylor Johnson, he took some guts to run, like that barefooted. He's pulling a Bruce Willis in Die Hard, where Bruce Willis in Die Hard was barefooted throughout that entire film. You gotta watch out for not stepping on glass or anything. But Kraven the Hunter, decent film. It's not as bad as people are making it out to be. Yes, it does have problems, but it's way, way better than Madam Web, in my opinion. But it was released this weekend, and already it is bombing at the box office, which, a lot of us were expecting it to be. It only made $11 million domestically, and it's opened worse than Madam Web and Morbius. So, looks like the film is going to bomb. But the film is worth watching. You know, definitely check it out. But anyway, that's it for my review of Kraven the Hunter. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this review. Definitely give the video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all later tonight with the Monday Night Raw review. So see you all later tonight for Monday Night Raw.